Any other Red Sox thoughts? You want to just dive into our picks here?
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, so we just kind of looked at it like, hey, it's the middle of the season. The All-Star break is coming up. I think by the time we reconvene next week, the All-Star break will have basically come and gone. So this is our de facto midway point. Figured, hey, let's apply what we do all year with the football picks to baseball here. We're going to each make 3-unit, 2-unit, 1-unit picks for the rest of the way. These are, basically everything's on the board here for the 2024 MLB season. So why don't you start us off with your 3-unit pick?
So yeah, everything was in play. Whether you wanted to look at like individual awards, win totals, World Series, whatever. For 3-unit, I'm going to start off with it. I'm going to look at an awards market. I'm going to look at the AL Rookie of the Year, where there's been some fluctuation here over the course of the season, but I think we're kind of nearing a point where water's finding its level, and the guy who a lot of people anticipated to win is probably going to end up winning this thing. So I like Wyatt Langford to win. He's plus 125 at FanDuel Sportsbook. I just think, this isn't like again, it's chalk, so it's not like I'm really going out on a limb with this selection. He was the preseason favorite, but I just think time is running out to get him at plus money. It's basically him or Luis Heel, who's at plus 195, and then there's a significant drop-off. So if it's a 2-horse race, we've seen Heel really tail off over his last few starts. I think workload's becoming an issue there. Wyatt in the complete opposite direction. Rookie of the month for June. Since June 1st, 318, 4 home runs, 27 RBIs, 910 OPS. Everything under the hood looks good. I think you'll start to see a little bit more power. So, again, this isn't, it's plus 125, so it's not, this isn't a long shot or anything like that, which is why I'm loading up on this for my 3-unit pick. Because it's hard for me to see a path for anybody else outside of those top two. And like I said, they're trending in different directions.
I don't have a whole lot to add to the American League Rookie of the Year discussion. I like that. And his name's Wyatt. So
yeah, Wyatt Langford.
I think there is something that is tangentially related to that I also have on my card that we will get to shortly.
Is it NL Rookie of the Year?
No. It's.
Do you have any thoughts on that?
Paul Skenes. What's Skenes' number?
Paul Skenes right now for NL Rookie of the Year minus 350.
Yeah.
At FanDuel Sportsbook. Jackson Merrill plus 320. Shota Imanaga, who is leading for a little bit there, he's fallen off. He is 20-1 now. I don't hate Jackson Merrill if you want.
Merrill's the play.
Buy some stock there.
Let's do a quick diversion here. Paul Skenes 50-1, NL Cy Young. Is it worth at least some pizza money? Can he get enough innings? Do you think?
It's my thing. I don't know if the innings are going to be there.
Like, what does he have to get to? Like, he's got 59 innings. Like, somebody like Chris Sale even, I think, is over 100. Like, he's got to get to 150. Can he get there? I don't even know if he can get there.
I think they'll probably cap him at about 150,
That's the thing. That's the other thing.
Right? I don't think you're going to...
Like, if he pitches this way, if he's
going to get some extra off days here and there to try to...
He's 12-0 with 11 strikeouts per 9. Is there any shot that it happened? Probably not, I guess. That's why he's 50-1.
No. I mean, I don't really have the appetite for it, but it will be interesting, though, if the Pirates stay in this playoff race, how they manage his workload. I mean, as of right now...
are they really in the playoff race?
I mean, they're 3 games back in the NL wildcard race.
Yeah.
I mean, they're under 500, 44 and 47, but again, this is kind of the same thing with the Red Sox.
So you want to talk about a lineup? There's
a lot of... just look at some of the teams that are in that mix. Like, in the NL, too. I mean, would you say that the Red Sox, the win total was, what, 86 and a half?
86 and a half.
Like, you win 86 games in the NL, you're probably getting in.
Yeah. The NL has been a little easier to get in since the playoffs expanded.
Right now, the 3 wild card spots occupied by the Braves, Cardinals, Padres. Then there's the Mets, who they had their little grimace thing going on. Diamondbacks, Giants, Pirates, Reds. Like, a lot of these teams are within striking distance. The only teams that are really out of it are the Marlins and the Rockies. But
I guess
again, like I was saying, what do? You just give Skenes an extra off day here and there, between starts, and see how long you can length it out until you get to the 160 innings or whatever it may be. So
Christopher Sanchez 100-1.
Yeah,
I like how I was all in last year. I had What's his face?
Do you have an NL Cy Young? Is that on your ticket?
No, it's not. That's why I asked you. I had
thought maybe you were getting at something.
No. Well, no, I saw the
Set me
number.
up to be like, no, wrong.
I saw the number and I was like, I had Spencer Strider last year at a really big number. So I'm trying to find another thing like that it can keep me afloat to the finish line. Obviously, that didn't get over the finish line, but it should have. I'm still got a hair across my ass over that one.
I had a Tyler Glasnow future coming into this year. It looked good for a little bit, but he's now on the IL, like everybody else on the Dodgers staff.
Yeah, it's 27-1 right now. So, all right, my 3-unit play. I'm stealing your thunder. This is a dick move. Any player other than Aaron Judge to win American League MVP plus 230 at FanDuel.
I like my bet better.
I like mine better. What's your 2-unit play?
Wait, what was the number you got?
Plus 230.
Plus 230
for
any
the field outside of Aaron Judge.
Yeah, and I like Gunnar Henderson as my 2-unit to win AL MVP.
I know.
Yeah.
What's the number?
Plus 350.
It's not a huge difference. Why wouldn't you just take the field?
Who do you think is, aside from Henderson, has a shot at taking down Judge?
Bobby Witt?
20-1 right now. I just think he's got a lot of...
he's got a shot. You asked me a question.
Sure, he's got a shot. I don't like it. I don't think he has a great shot.
Injury protection here.
So I know you... yeah.
All right, well, let's talk through the American League.
I'll take the longer odds and go with Gunnar Henderson
also
as
Juan Soto could.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, right?
15-1 right now.
Well, I mean, sure, right now. Rafael Devers, 90-1.
Context.
Yeah, I look at it like, I'm guessing we have similar thought processes, is like, Aaron Judge minus 300, don't want any part of that. So Gunnar Henderson, if they get in, he's the face of the franchise. Might be a little too early for him. I don't know. But if it goes to anyone else, he's at plus 350. Bobby Witt, if they get hot in the second half, he is very clearly like their best player / face of the franchise, right? Like there's just nothing else in Kansas City, at least in terms of name value. Jose Ramirez is still there, I guess. You could talk maybe into that. But like for me, it's mostly a fade of Aaron Judge more so than anything else. I think
we're in agreement on that. We're coming at it from the same angle
for 3 reasons. Is there voter fatigue? Like the guy is he reaching like Pat Mahomes territory? Patrick Mahomes, excuse me, not Pat Mahomes, his father, who I don't think ever won the AL MVP.
No,
probably
I don't
think he came close. No, he's got a better chance than yeah. So maybe voter fatigue. That's a really loose one. I think Juan Soto has a potential to take away some votes. And so Soto's coming into a contract, or he's in a contract year, second half of a contract year, could really, really turn it on. I like the fit better in New York, I guess, in terms of, well, that is probably overstating it slightly because I think Aaron Judge has acquitted himself quite well at Yankee Stadium.
Okay.
No complaints there. But I don't know. Soto could take a handful of votes, and if it's close, that could be the difference. The biggest thing is the injury thing. Feels like a ticking time bomb.
Sure,
always.
every year with him.
Yeah.
So and my 2-unit pick being Henderson is largely the same rationale.
Yeah.
Everything you mentioned. I guess the reason I ultimately go Henderson and not just the field is I do think there's a gap clearly between him and probably some of the other guys. I think the Orioles are going to win the AL East. And they're minus 155 at FanDuel right now to do so. They have the 3-game lead in the standings. Like if they end up sealing the deal, I think that is a significant notch in his favor.
Yeah.
As of right now, their numbers really aren't that different. Henderson's just been a monster over the last couple of months, which I didn't even really realize until I started digging into this a little bit more. He actually has a higher WAR than Judge on Fangraphs. So I think like you could make the case that right now they're sort of neck and neck, or at least closer than the odds seem to indicate. Like I don't think Judge at minus 300 is kind of wild to me.
Yeah.
Like I think he just built such a lead with